You're golden.
All right, we are back for take two. As always, we're going to run through our sponsors real quick. We'll go backwards this time, bud. I can't start in the middle because I don't know where I started and stopped. So we'll go backwards. Lumber Lounge and Garage with Shane and Snow. Always like to mention them. And like I said earlier tonight, Shane, he's switching it up now. He's going to a noon show instead of a night show. So he was on yesterday at noon. So look it up. He didn't have anybody with him who was supposed to. He had somebody kind of lined up, but that didn't work out. So give it a listen. It's a great little show. Hero Haven, local organization we got here up in Brandon, South Dakota. They always honor the heroes of the world, basically, you could say. That's the first responders, vets. They take them on trips, free trips. People sponsor it. It's a great organization. S2F for Start to Finish, another streaming service that we have. They got like 5 different Power I series. They cover Port City. There's a lot. If you like to watch racing, it's another good one to have. Fulkins Brothers Trucking. You need livestock moved across the country pretty much anywhere. Give Trim a call. And also always want to thank them for what they do for racing. Our home track is Huset Speedway. Mother's Day is right around the corner. We are definitely looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
R&K Insulation out of Inwood, Iowa. Kudum Auto Sales, also out of Inwood, Iowa. The man likes pickups, especially Fords, a lot of them.
Yes.
Kaiser Wheels down in Alton, Iowa. Be Wiser by Kaiser. My Race Pass. If you call yourself a fan and you don't have My Race Pass, I say it every time, you need to get it.
Yep.
We talked to him Saturday. I thought he said 1,000 tracks now we're with them, and they're starting to get more and more that do the live. You can listen to the voice of the announcer.
Audio.
If you're traveling, the audio. There we go. That's the word, bud. The live audio. See, we help each other out. Hawk Wings up in Jackson, Minnesota. Build you a wing for anything you want. Sprint cars, midgets, micros, whatever you want to put a wing on, they'll put it on there for you. And then last one today is Morning Sun Marketplace out in Thomasville, Pennsylvania with Rick and Sue Fritz. Should go if you're out there to check it out. I'm pretty sure you could waste a whole afternoon and still not see everything that they got in all them buildings out there. So give it a look sometime if you're out in Pennsylvania.
And who knows, maybe just maybe Avante after this podcast. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, all right, Tobe, I'll let you introduce him.
Oh, I got to do that
even
too?
say Hoagie's Garage. Here we go.
All right. Okay, we are back at Hoagie's Garage. And we are fortunate enough to have Jerry Petty on. It's a gentleman that I met out at Las Vegas. Steve was nice enough to take me there. I had no idea who the gentleman was when I started visiting with him. My wife tells me I got to get out of my shell and talk to people, so I talk to people. So I got to visit with Jerry, super nice guy, and he was nice enough to come on our show. So welcome to the show, Jerry.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited, and the people in Iowa, I know you're all over the country on this podcast, but the people in Iowa are just the nicest people in the world.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We'll take that as a bonus for the night for us.
Absolutely.
I got 2 Iowans in the car with me right now. We're heading back from a meeting down in Tucson with a builder. And Denny, where are you from? Altoona. I got 2 guys from Altoona right here in the car with me right now.
Okay, right down there by Des Moines then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, not Altoona. What? Oskaloosa. I'm sorry, where the racetrack is. Oskaloosa.
Okay, yeah, where the Oski Front Row Challenge is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've golfed there.
Yep.
We stay in Pella with a good friend when we go down to Knoxville, and then Saturday morning a lot of times we go over and golf over at Oski. So,
yeah, well, now that you mentioned Pella, you do know that the Pella Window Company owns Avanti.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We did learn
Yeah.
that. So.
See how I threw that in there for you, Jerry?
Yeah, and maybe Pella will be the sponsor next week.
Oh, there you go.
It works on that too.
Well, Pella, we do have Sioux Center has Pella windows too.
They got a manufacturing plant there.
That's
so.
like 35 miles from us, so that's interesting. So,
Yeah, the great company, great bunch of people, that Pella organization.
Yeah, I believe it. If you say so, I'll believe you, Jerry.
Okay.
Give us a little bit of your history, Jerry. You know, how did you get involved in racing and all that stuff up to now? And if that takes 15, 20 minutes alone, then you just have the floor, big guy.
All right, thanks. It's quite a story actually. So everybody knows Manzanita Speedway, one of the most famous tracks ever. Back in the day, it was the Knoxville Nationals, the Western World Championships at Manzanita, and the Pacific Coast Championships at Ascot. Right? Those were the Triple Crown. Those were the three big ones. Well, my mom and dad were timer and scorekeeper at Manzanita Speedway from 1965 till 1985.
Oh,
In 1965, I was only 5 years old. So from 5 years old till I was 20, every single weekend I'm at Manzanita Speedway, and yeah, and my dad, believe it or not, my dad and Keith Hall were best friends, so it was nothing for me to be at Keith Hall's house for a couple weeks out of the summer, and Corey and Ladd to be at my house during the summer, and I literally grew up at Manzanita Speedway. I worked on the pit crew. Bill Culp was the owner of CNC Racing Team. Dave Culp was the driver. He never was a big national driver, but he was a great friend, great family. But I'm talking, the Billy Schumann days, the Ron Schumann days, the Leland McSpadden days, the glory days of Manzanita, right? And then the Western World come, and then Furco would come in. I remember when Rick Furco, first time I ever seen somebody run a humper, what they used to call the humper. You guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but they put a big old drag tire on the right rear, called it a humper, and and that, it was actually a drag tire. Rick Furco had put the grooves in, and with the tire iron, and raced it. He didn't put it on until right before they pushed them off for the start of the main, and they put them in there. But
he was running some serious stagger then.
Oh yeah, and man, it was Furco, Opperman, Kinzer,
Yep.
And I just grew up with that stuff. Not only that, my dad was a timer and scorekeeper at PIR, which at the time Phoenix International Raceway, where they used to run the Jimmy Bryan Memorial and the Bobby Ball Memorial for USAC, the Indy cars, the champ cars, the Indy cars. And my dad was a timer and scorekeeper out there. And, man, I got to meet Mario Andretti as a kid, AJ Foyt as a kid, Barnelli Jones as a kid. I mean, I got Al Unser, Bobby Unser. I grew up with all these people, and it was really amazing and quite overwhelming as a kid, Then as I got 16, 17, 18, I worked on the pit crews with Dave Culp, and we had a super modified. We actually, at one time, there was the Western World Sprint Car Championships, and there's also the Western World Super Modified Championships, and we modified championship on the quarter mile track. Manzanita had a half mile track, and then quarter mile.
Oh,
there's that dead spot we were worried about. See if he comes back. He gets out through the valley. And for the folks that are listening, he's driving or riding.
Yeah.
But he's on the road, so we're going to have some dead spots here and there. But we've done this before.
Call failed.
Call failed.
We'll call him back here.
See what we get this time. I'll have to mention to him when he comes back on. You mentioned Ron Schumann. We just had his boy Casey on.
This is Jerry. Sorry I'm not in the answer.
He might be talking and not even know that he's
cut
off. You remember where he was at?
Yep, we're at Manzanita with the short track and the big track. Should I write that down so we don't forget it?
Maybe should. I could maybe pause it.
That don't hurt. See if he answers this time. Then we could pause it. But then we're on our live shows missing out.
This is Jerry. Sorry I'm not in to answer your call.
He's on a roll talking.
Yeah. Hopefully he realizes that he ain't talking to anybody. You just have to keep calling him, bud. I'll make a note on Manzanita, though.
Hear that? He's really in a dead spot.
This is Jerry. Sorry, I'm not in the
Oh, now they're stuck with us. Well, we can watch the race. What we got?
here we go.
Oh, we're ringing this time?
Lost you there?
Yeah.
We disappeared.
Where was he at, Job? You was talking
We were
about.
just talking about Manzanita with the quarter-mile track and the big track.
So you can go back to there. I'm going to start the podcast again. So we're going live right now again. So go ahead, Jerry. Maybe.
And we lost him again. Call failed. Well, this sucks.
That's all right.
He's
I
a
have
bad
this
spot.
on pause.
Yep.
Facebook Live. We
They're
could
just gonna
just
have to
wait a
deal
little
with
bit.
us. They'll have to watch the race in the background. I don't even know what race did you put on today, bud. It's an outlaw show. I got that much figured out.
Creek. Where were they at with the creek in it?
Deer Creek.
No. Just recently.
Oh, Creek County
Creek County.
down in Oklahoma. Yeah. There's what's his face. I can't say his name. Brian Holbert.
That's right there.
Yeah, that's why I read it. You didn't think I knew it, did you? We may just have to. We can't get a hold of him ever. We may just have to postpone this till next week.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah,
We got time.
I got time. I got to be to work at 7 tomorrow morning.
He gets another 2 miles down the road. Who knows? It might be perfect reception. So
It's always screwy that way. Them cell phones are a wonderful thing when they're. It's like modern technology. It's
Yep.
a great thing when it works. It's a major pain in the ass when it doesn't. Well, what are we gonna do about it? Nothing.
no.
We ain't smart enough. All we can do is complain. Go on Facebook and grumble about it.
Yep.
That's what everybody seems
Wonder
to
if
do.
I could do that. I wonder if I went Facebook Messenger call.
I don't know. Does the man
Wonder
have Facebook?
Wonder if that's no. You know what? I don't think he does. At least I couldn't find his name on Facebook.
So much for that idea.
Yeah. It was a good idea.
It was a legit thought. I'll give you that, bud.
Because that's how we call people out of the country.
Yep, when we go to Australia and
Canada.
and things like that. Yep, saves you the
New Zealand was a little expensive.
yeah, before we learned how to do this.
So
Cuts into our profit margin. Wait, we don't have a profit, do we? Good thing
We'll
we
try
ain't-
it again.
Good thing we ain't into making money on this.
we'll see how many bars Jerry has.
Guys, I might be in a tough spot for the next 3 minutes, but we're going to get on the other side of a mountain here in a minute.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, how about we just call you back in about 3-4 minutes?
All right, sounds
Have him-
good.
Have him call us.
Yeah, when you're.
Okay, I'll call you when I got some bars.
Yep,
Okay,
that sounds
perfect.
good.
All right, I apologize, gentlemen.
Hey,
No,
no
that's
worries.
no problem. We're good.
I had to go sell windows today, so I keep racing. You know what I mean?
We know how that works.
Yeah. Okay, I'll call you when I got some bars.
All right,
Okay.
sounds good.
Thanks.
So, Facebook Live, in case anybody's watching.
Yeah.
Here's a good story about Tobe.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, good. We dodged the bullet on that one.
It's April Fool's. Should we play a joke on somebody? Maybe Jerry's just playing a
He
joke
might be
on
just
us.
messing with us. There we go.
God dang, those guys from Iowa, they're just not getting this.
They're
It's
not
April
catching on.
Fool's Day.
I had no intention of going
He
on their
just
show.
wasn't talking for a while.
There is that possibility. You never know.
If anybody is listening, tell us your best April Fool's prank you played on somebody. I got one that's pretty good. I didn't do it. My brother-in-law, I'm not going to say his name. My brother-in-law, you know who I'm
I
talking
can probably
about.
guess which one you're talking about.
He called my sister-in-law when she was in high school and said that he was from Mankato State University and really liked her as a volleyball player. Wanted to use her as a libero and wondering if she had any interest in coming to Mankato State. And talked to her for about 5-10 minutes and then just hung up. Did not say it was an April Fool's prank. And
Got her hopes all up because she's
Oh,
thinking,
yeah.
oh, yeah, we're going to play college ball.
Oh yeah. So then it's like, you know, who you all gonna call and tell, and And then I don't know how they actually broke the news to her because
If I'm thinking of the right one, he might have waited 3-4 hours or 3-4 days. You
Yeah.
never know.
and he was full of them. I mean, he would do that all the time to people. So, yeah. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, anybody you ever done April Fool's stuff or anything?
Not really. Never got into April Fool's much that I can
No.
remember.
Missy's brother used to do it a lot, but I asked her if she had anything today. He said no, he didn't even reach out today. So
Really?
I don't know.
He's getting soft in his old age.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
But-
So
So racing ain't looking too good this weekend, bud.
no, a lot of rain.
A lot of rain. There's been a lot of races canceled already. That big 305 race is canceled. I seen the Power I canceled. We're gonna have to scrounge to find something to watch. I'm
High
afraid.
Limit wasn't racing.
No,
right?
High Limit and Outlaws are both off. I think High Limit might be off for 2 weeks.
Yep, they are.
Outlaws start again next week.
They're going to Eagle soon. April 21.
The High Limit is.
High Limit's at Eagle. So excited for that.
Yep, that'll be a fun race to watch.
Yeah, if the weather's warm,
You
just
thinking we
saying.
should go?
I'm just saying there's a chance that
We should drive down there.
I get done driving bus and we're gonna hightail it. And then I gotta be back for school the next day, so it's gonna be a
I'm
long
probably
night.
supposed to be back for work, but I could probably just call and the day
Well,
before.
you do your normal and go in at 9 or 10.
I just might not go in at all.
Well, yeah.
See how much vacation they got left. I got to save enough to go with Steve again in Pennsylvania. But I don't get my vacation again until June. So I don't even know what I got left. I got to look.
I'm surprised you got any.
Well, my carpenter side gig hasn't been as busy.
Oh,
My buddy's been tapering off on the big projects a little bit,
Yeah.
which I don't blame him at all.
nope.
I mean, more power to him. My God, he's 10 years older than me. And so I ain't been using quite as much doing that. But we're getting some here and there. He's been over helping me with the bathroom remodel. Ain't that right, honey? She's listening, so I can say that. We ain't got much left. If she didn't catch the beginning earlier, honey, I told him we were 99% done with the bathroom now. I say it's 2 years. You say it's 3. It might be 4.
We've been talking about doing ours for about 5 years.
Oh, see, honey, we're way ahead of Bud Miss.
Yep.
It's a win-win, honey.
But I will say if I start mine's going to get done. I'm not going to drag it on for 2 or 3 years like
Oh,
you did. So,
Problem is, I don't have any idea what the hell I'm doing. That was my problem.
well, I don't either, but I'll find people to get there that do.
There you do. There you
So,
go.
But
So yeah, so racing will be down a little bit this weekend. I don't know.
do they race in California? I haven't looked at any of that schedule. I don't think we have one printed off.
No, I don't.
Last year we had one printed off that had every race. Sprintcarratings.com. Something like
see,
that.
If I get off the live thing, holy crap, you got all kinds of messages. But then if I go to pictures, and then if I go to my racing album, I got one of them, bud. See, now I took a picture of this thing. This is all the 410 races. So all it's got for 410 races on the 3rd and 4th was 34 Raceway.
Oh.
Then I-55 with the Outlaws next weekend and Attica next weekend.
Because 34 canceled already, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That was the Power I race. So, but I don't know if it's got any of the California races on it. I don't see NARC. Maybe it's just All Stars, Power I.
Well, it's Easter weekend, so there's a good chance
Well,
a lot
yeah.
of people are just taking it
But
off.
I don't see any NARC races on this schedule necessarily. Of course, after I blow it up, I can't read the little labels very well. But I think it's just IRA. Oh, here, look it up here. It's got them all up here. What it is: High Limits, Outlaw, Power I,
here we
All
go,
Stars,
Toad. You're
IRA.
off.
Okay.
Hey, Jerry, you're back. Maybe. Yeah, hold on here a sec.
Bud's got to push another button.
There we go.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
there we go.
He didn't have you on speakerphone.
Good.
There we
Guys,
go.
I so apologize about that, but I had to go sell some windows today so we
Yep.
can keep racing, you know?
That's all right. The people are probably more disappointed than we are because they had to listen to me and Bud for 5 minutes. So.
All right, I'm going
Good,
to
so-
resume here. All right.
All right.
So, Tobe, where was he kind
We're
of
into Manzanita. You were talking about the quarter midget track or the short track and the big track.
Yeah, the quarter mile track. So they had the Western World championship on the half-mile track. That was Opperman, Furco, all the big boys, McSpadden, Schumann, all them guys. And then the quarter-mile track inside the half, they had a super modified champion, Western World Super Modified Championship, and we won that first one. But anyhow, basically, I grew up in Manzanita Speedway till I was 20 years old and got married. And once I got married, I need to go make money and, take care of a wife. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So believe it or not, guys, from 1980 until 2021, I did not go to a race.
Really?
Wow.
That's like cold turkey hardcore.
Yeah, and but I never, I always watched the Indy every year on TV. I always watched NASCAR. Back then, Flow and stuff wasn't around, so I didn't get to watch any sprint car races. Never even went back to Manzanita because I knew if I went back, I would get hooked and I'd go broke. It's because sprint car racing is like heroin, I think. And I think once you get addicted, you're addicted. So fortunately for me, I was able to sell my window company to Pella Corporation there in Pella, Iowa, and got a little ting-a-ling in my pocket, and I got back into racing. And the first thing I did out here in Phoenix, Arizona, you guys probably heard of a guy named J.J. Yaley.
Yep.
Well, his dad lives out here in Phoenix, and one of the builders knew him. The builder called me. I called Jack. Next thing you know, I got a Avanti on the side of a sprint car, and JJ's racing it every now and then. Not often, but every now and then. And then I asked Jack Yaley, I said, let's go back east and do some racing in Indiana. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jack Yaley, but for all the sprint car fans out there, Jack Yaley is famous for firing all the best drivers in the world. He has fired Team S, Kyle Larson, Kyle Cummins. He has fired Brad Sweet. He has fired more great drivers than you can imagine, and never even got close to a championship, I think, because of it. That having been said, I love Jack Yaley, and I'm still sponsoring his car today.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but I decided, I said, hey, Jack, I want to win a championship, and since you fire everybody, I'm going to start my own team. So I started my own USAC team in 2024 with Kyle Cummins. I just decided I'm going to start a USAC sprint car team, and I put the word out, and I heard Kyle Cummins was interested, so I called Kyle. I said, hey, Kyle, I said, this is the deal. I said, I don't know anything about race cars. I don't know how to set them up. I know nothing about motors. I know nothing about what trailer to buy, what truck to buy to pull it. I know nothing except I love sprint car racing. If you want to do all the heavy lifting, I can make sure you got all the tools. And me and Kyle Cummins, we got together and we built a team. And I think in 2024, we finished my first year as a USAC team owner. I think we finished sixth in points. And then last year in 2025, we won the championship. We won it by the biggest margin ever, the most podiums ever, the most first team to ever win it from the first race to the last race. We led points the whole season. That had never been done before. And then the other thing I did last year in 2025 was start a CRA team out on the West Coast with RJ Johnson. And we won the sprint car championship there at CRA, and the first team owner ever to win a USAC national championship and a CRA championship in the same year. Wow. And so that was pretty exciting. And then in the meantime, I started a midget team with Chad Boat. We had Drake Edwards as our driver, and I think Drake finished sixth in points last year at the USAC midgets. And on and on, I started sponsoring the Corn Belt Classic in at Knoxville. That's the USAC race at the end of May.
Yep.
Corn Belt Classic, and that's the Avanti, yeah. And then Avanti sponsoring the Capitani Classic, you know, which is the Sunday before the Knoxville Nationals.
Which is
you know?
maybe the best race down there in those 10 days or whatever it is. That might be the best race.
Yeah, because there's 80 cars and they all run in one night.
Yep.
Yep. And then Avanti sponsors the BC 39 inside, you know, the Indiana Raceway Park there in Indiana Motor Speedway. And so on. And then, you know, as you go to these tracks all over the country, guys, it's funny. These parents, they teach the little kids how to sell early, you know. So I'll be standing in the pits with Kyle or T-Mez or whoever's driving for us that night. And all of a sudden, a little kid would be tugging at the pants, you know. Hey, Mr. Petty, would you sponsor me, please? You know. Hell, I can't say no, you know. But what I did at first, I'd just start buying uniforms for everybody, right? And then I thought, man, I can't just buy these kids uniforms. I got to make sure they're good kids. So listen to this, guys. So I'm down at what's the one at Hopstad, the racetrack in Hopstad, Indiana, Tri-City or Tri-City. So a kid, a young boy, Eli Holden. He tugged on my pants and said, would you mind sponsoring me? I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll be back here at the end of the year, and you bring me your report card, and if you got all straight A's, you bet I'll sponsor you. And son of a gun, at the end of the year, we're back there at Hopstad again, and he tugs on my leg, and he shows me his report card, and he's there with his mom and dad. And so I bought him a uniform and helped sponsor his team a little bit. And this was happening all over the country for me, and I was back at the USAC induction, Hall of Fame induction at Indianapolis, and Kevin Miller, the CEO for USAC, and me and him were talking, and I was telling him about this story about all these kids, and he goes, you know, we need to channel that. So the Quarter Midgets of America is sanctioned by NASCAR.
Okay.
And it's managed by USAC, believe it or not. NASCAR sanctions all the quarter midgets across the country, and USAC manages all the races.
I did not know that.
And Kevin Miller and I were talking, and we said, let's do something, and we called it the Petty Performance Edge. And last year was our first year. We had 184 kids sign up. And of them 184 kids, we narrowed it down to 48, which is what we did just last week or 3 weeks ago now in Las Vegas. We narrowed it to 48 there. But make a long story short, we narrowed it to 48. And those kids all get T-shirts and caps and recognition, you know, on the website and all that stuff. And then we go into St. Louis, sprint car race in St. Louis, actually a big quarter midget race in St. Louis. We go to the top 20, and those top 20 go to Indianapolis and race a big event at Indianapolis. I think it's called the Nationals, actually, the Quarter Midget Nationals, that are actually raced inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the parking lot there. And there are 1,300 kids there last year. Well, we took the top 20 and we took them out at the BC 39. We took them out on the front chute, introduced them to everybody, let them take pictures, got to meet everybody, and we narrowed it down to 10 drivers. And those 10 drivers all got fire uniforms, and you know, uniforms $1,200, $1,300 each. You know, they got uniforms and pit crew shirts and all that kind of stuff. And then we narrow it down to 4. And those 4 get to go to Millbridge for a mini shootout. And they race Chad Boat's wing cars, junior sprints and mini sprints that built by Chad Boat at Millbridge. And and we pick 2 winners there that went to the shootout at the Chili Bowl. Not the Chili Bowl, but the shootout, you know, the week before the Chili Bowl. Yeah. And we had 2 kids there racing, and we sponsored that, and it was very successful, very popular. And we're doing the same thing this year. In fact, this year I bought a junior sprint. We're going to raffle it off. I bought a trailer to haul that car that we're going to raffle off around the country, bought a truck to haul it with. And my goal is 5 years from now to have 10 or 15 or 20 kids going to that shootout, all sponsored by the Petty Performance Edge. We call it the Petty Performance Edge. And it's a joint venture between NASCAR USAC and Jerry Petty, but it's the Petty Performance Edge. And one of the reasons I want to do this, guys, when I go to a sprint car race, there's one thing very much in common in the grandstands, and that's a lot of white hair. and we, and it's great because they're all guys like me. I got white hair. All guys like me there because they love the sport.
Or lack
We got to
thereof
get
hair.
Yeah.
If you like that in blood, it's lack thereof.
So yeah. And we just got to get the young folks involved again. And if I can help do that, that's what I want to do,
Yep.
Yeah.
As it,
And-
like anything, it's the youth that's going to keep it going.
Yes, that's exactly right. And if I can have one little small itty bitty part in keeping the young people involved, then I'm all in, And then the big thing was, Manzanita went away in 2009,
Yep.
and racing damn near went away in Arizona, to be honest with you. And as I got back involved in this in 2021, I was like, man, oh man, and we had a couple racetracks in Arizona, but they were undercapitalized and hadn't been well maintained for years and years and years and years, So I met Brad Whitfield down at Central Arizona Raceway, and I said, Brad, how can I help? And fast forward, I'm now his partner. We have put several $1 million into the racetrack. We put a wall around it. We put a retaining fence in front wall. We put suites in. We added bathrooms. We added snack bars. The big thing we added was equipment. We went from 1 grader to 2 graders, 1 water truck to 4 water trucks. We got backup generators, so if the city power goes out, we can keep on racing. And it just, yeah, on and on. And luckily, being blessed by God, I guess, I was able to, we got High Limit came to us right away, We got the Western World Championship there last year, which was very successful. In fact, it is already the highest paid USAC non-wing sprint car race, in the country, And we got the Wild West Shootout at our track now.
Yep.
And we had the IMCA Winter Nationals there, and we went from nobody knew about the track to one of the most popular tracks in the Southwest now. And, man, that's a lot in a hurry, but all that happened that quick for me. And here I am today talking to you guys on a podcast.
Now you're famous.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Yeah, we've never been fortunate enough to make it down to Central Arizona Speedway, but watching it on TV, it does look like a really nice complex. It would definitely be one to take in.
Thanks. Yeah, it's nice. And did you guys hear? It's fast. It's really a fast track. And did you guys? Davenport won one of the nights at the Wild West Shootout. I don't know if you guys heard him get interviewed or not, but he says in his interview, he goes, "Man, this is one fast track." He goes, "You could stay full speed all the way around this thing if you wanted to." And the person doing the interview said, "Well, is that how you won tonight?" He goes, "Hell no. I ain't going to stand on it all the way around this place."
I don't need to go that fast.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it's a fast track, yeah, and then I've been blessed to meet people like you at Las Vegas and say, "Hey, would you be interested?" And it's all about getting the word out there, guys. And I really appreciate what you do with your podcast, getting the word out there, and that's what it's going to take to keep it going and keep it growing.
Yeah, we're a couple old fogies from a town of 250 people, and we just love racing. So anything we can do to get the word out and help promote stuff, and like
And get to meet people.
Tobe says all the time, it's just an absolute blast. We're talking racing, So
Yeah.
So this is awesome. But
Let's do this since you guys were nice enough to have me on your podcast. I would like to invite you to my suite down there at the Corn Belt Classic, and maybe before the race we'll do a live podcast right before USAC races there, and then we can watch Kyle Cummins win the race in my Avanti car, and everybody be happy.
We'll have to keep in touch and maybe get that worked out.
No, it's a serious invite, guys, and we'd love to have you there, and it'd be kind of fun to do a live podcast while you're down there at the track when the big USAC race is about to happen.
That would be an absolute blast.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, you'd be embarrassed. Well, we might be embarrassed if you'd see our setup. We don't
No,
have
it's
them
all
fancy
right.
boards for sound. We don't have the big speakers or the microphones or nothing.
No.
We have our Bluetooth speakers hooked to Bud's phone sitting on top of a rainbow nut butter box that we got. So
We
Good.
make
Well,
it-
we can set that up in the suite, can't we?
oh, absolutely.
There you go.
Not
There
a
you
problem
go.
with it.
Done deal.
Yeah. What town is Central Arizona Speedway in?
It's in Casa Grande, Arizona. Casa Grande, they call it. Casa Grande, Arizona. Us gringos call it Casa Grande. The natives call it Casa Grande. But it's halfway between Phoenix and Tucson, so it's really rather a nice location,
Yep.
to draw people from Tucson and Phoenix. And the last night there of the high limit 2 weeks ago, we had 2,800 people, which is, we only hold 3,200, so it's close to a sellout as you can get. So that made us excited, and I can only hope and pray that I have to add more bleachers in the next few years.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good problem to have if that happens.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You guys got any questions for me?
Well, I was just going to say, I got to meet you out in Vegas because you actually
Yeah.
sponsor a team with the high limits too. And we haven't talked
Yeah,
about that at all yet.
Book Motorsports, Tanner Holmes, and he's doing a great job this year.
Yeah.
He's a rookie in the high limit, and man, he's really doing good for us.
Yeah, and you can't ask. We've had the kid on our show
Couple times.
5 times, 4 times, I don't know, a few times. And as far as getting your name out there, you ain't going to get a much better one because they call him like the king of social media.
Yeah, well, now that you brought that up, I'll confess a little bit. So you've seen that Jugo Superfoods on the side of his car?
Yep.
That is also my company.
Oh, okay.
so when we were able to get the king of media for sprint car racing, I said, we're in. Let's get this kid. But that's why it's the Pella Avanti Jugo Superfoods sponsors that car.
So what is Jugo Superfood?
Yeah, help us out.
Yeah, Jugo Superfoods is gummies, vitamin gummies, basically that you buy and you eat them. But we just got put into 1,500 Albertsons, all the wholesale foods in the country. It's really growing. I keep telling everybody, if Jugo works as well as Avanti Windows did, we'll be racing on Sunday, boys.
There we go. Oh, that's
So
awesome.
that must mean you're coming to Houston then, because we race on Sunday nights at Houston. So that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that them guys that are on TV,
Oh,
Well, we're on your vision.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, I've been to Houston. In fact, I mentioned Jack Yaley earlier, and that's the one track where on Friday night or Saturday, I forget, we were there for the USAC Nationals a few years ago, and that was my first road trip. You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh,
Yep.
absolutely.
So-
That was amazing racing, and nobody showed up to watch it.
Yeah, and Team S finished second on Friday night, I think it was, and on Saturday, Jack fired him. So yeah.
I was just
So-
gonna say, who did Jack fire at Houston? And here was
Yeah.
Team S. Oh.
Team S. And then listen to this. A gentleman named Kurt Spridgen runs the USAC Racing, and he's the race director, and he's in charge of all the sprint car racing at USAC. And I met him here at Central Arizona Raceway last year when we were doing the Western. He goes, He goes, you're the only driver that never showed up for a race. I said, Kirk, what are you talking about? I've never drove a sprint car in my life. He goes, really? He goes, well, you signed up for a race down in Indiana, and it was actually at Hobstock, and you didn't show up. And I go, no, I think you got it wrong. And Richie, the guy that takes care of his history, Googled me up, and I'm in the USAC history book with one race, and I've never drove a sprint car in my life. And I said, how'd that happen? Well, come to find out, Jackie Haley signed me up because he was pissed off at USAC because he was pissed off at T-Mez, and he signed me up to drive that night. And, yeah.
It was the first name that came to his mind.
Yeah, so I'm in the history books as a sprint car driver of USAC, and I've never drove a sprint car in my life.
I ain't brave enough to drive one.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Now, you have the Children's Foundation. Is that what you talked about earlier, or is this something?
Yeah, well,
different?
that's the Petty Performance Edge Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
and that's the one for the kids that we're doing, and we're right in the middle of 5013, all the paperwork and that stuff. We started it faster than we had permission to do. That's how I do things. I get in trouble for doing stuff like that all the time from my CPA wife, But the next podcast, I'll have information for you guys that anybody wants to help the kids race. We can let you help us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
absolutely.
That way you get a little tax write-off, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
You get us a little information, we'll put her out there.
Yeah.
I know you will, but you guys, I'm serious about that. It's the end of May. Let's do a podcast right there in the suite.
We'll see if we can make that happen. I'm
What
probably still going to be
weekend
in
is that?
school.
It's the end of May. I don't have it right in front of me. If you go to the USAC website, it's the Corn Belt Clash at Knoxville, and I believe it's the 30th and 31st of May I believe is the correct
Okay,
date,
so
but it's the last
Memorial
week of the
weekend,
May.
right?
It's the week after.
It's the week after.
The week
good.
after, yeah.
I'm in Pennsylvania on Memorial Day.
So here's
Yeah.
maybe the bad news there is I'm actually going to be in Phoenix that weekend.
What the hell you doing in Phoenix? Nothing going on in Phoenix that weekend?
No, my daughter's husband is graduating from Midwestern University. He is going to be an orthopedic surgeon, and he actually graduates that weekend. So I kind of had to go down there. So I just bought the plane tickets last night to go down there. So
Well,
Wait a second. So wait a second. You're a sprint car fan and you have your priorities right?
at least his wife does.
Well, that's an oxymoron. That's an oxymoron.
I'm just following the directions I've been given.
I get it.
But
And by the way, Midwestern is a great, wonderful school here in Phoenix. It's a great school.
It is.
But now there's a fairly good possibility yet that I could find somebody to go with me other than Bud. So
It's all right.
We
You know,
still
you
might
can go
show
to
up.
Dingus. You can just show up by yourself and go to Dingus and get somebody to show up
Well,
with you
that's
for the
true, too,
podcast.
I'd be better off taking my wife or something along. We'll talk nice to Slick and see if we can camp out in his basement for a night or two.
Yeah,
There you
absolutely.
go.
That would be a week to remember, Bud.
Yeah.
To go to Pennsylvania, come back, go to Knoxville.
Yeah, there you
Woo! We might have to take Monday, Tuesday off just to sleep.
go. You better hope
Is
you have
that-
enough vacation days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got comp time built up.
So, you know, you're sponsoring a bunch of different race cars. Do you see yourself going anywhere else with race cars in the near future?
You know, guys, I really want to focus on my racetrack in Arizona here. You
Yep.
know, Manzanita was such a legend. If I could even get close to that for the people of Arizona, and if I get close to that, it'd be great for all the race fans in the country as well. You know, I just really want to concentrate on making racing great in Arizona again. And that's my main focus right now, as well as the kids. I don't know which one I'm more excited about, Petty Performance Edge and getting the young kids racing sprint cars. See, because the kids are in quarter midgets right now,
Yep.
Yep.
and they're in quarter midgets. So taking it from quarter midgets to a junior sprint, a mini sprint, that's the step we want them to go when you're a sprint car fan, right?
Yep.
So if I can get 15 or 20 of those kids every year, if we can get 15 or 20 of those kids every year going to the shootout, we'll make a lot of new sprint car drivers and a lot of new sprint car fans, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hey, by the way, guys, one thing I need to say that is really important. On the kids, their driving skill is like number 6 on the list. We go for grades, community service. We like to watch their social media skills because we're looking for more Tanner Holmes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We want some more Tanner Holmes. So we look at their skills, and then we get letters from their church, from their teachers, or whatever. Number 6, number 7, down at the bottom is their driving skill. We want good kids.
Yep.
You know, is what we're looking for first, because at the end, by the time we get down to the final 10, they're all great quarter midget drivers. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I wanted to make that clear. It's not about how good a racer they are. It's more about how good a person they are.
The learning how to drive can somewhat be taught.
Yeah.
To be a good person is taught to you too, but it has to be ingrained in you
Yeah.
early.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
usually comes from parents.
Yep.
So
Well, that's funny you say that, because at my speech at USAC banquet this year, the one thing I said was, it's obvious why these kids are so good. The parents have all been awesome.
Yep.
And you just said it. That's the key right there.
yeah.
Great parents make great kids.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Real quick question about the Speedway. How hard is it with the heat down there is that why you have 4 water trucks? How do you
Yeah.
keep the
So,
track?
so did you? I don't know if you guys noticed. So did you guys watch the high limit race at
Oh,
our
yeah.
track there a couple
Oh, yeah.
weeks ago?
Yep.
So all they talked about is how racy it was and what a great track. So the key is, yes, lots of water. For example, in turn 3 and 4, because it gets beat by the sun all day, and turn 1 and 2 is shaded by the wall, we put 4 truckloads of water on turn 3 and 4 to every 1 truckload of water on turn 1 and 2. And that's something we had to learn, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Oh yeah.
And the biggest key is when I first got involved, we had a 1 grader and lay-lays and a tractor too small to really pull it. Now I got coons, I've got lay-lays, I've got this new thing they call a ripper. I don't know, but big trackers to pull them. We can redo that whole 3/8 mile track, the whole thing, in 30 minutes. I mean, we could take it if the whole thing rubbered up in the heat races, we could take it back to a hot lap track in 30 minutes because we have the equipment.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's, and they're racing, 2, 3, 4 wide in the high limit there. And every driver made great comments for us, and that's the best sales
Then you're doing it
pitch we
right.
can have.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what people want nowadays, it seems like, is they don't want per se a NASCAR race to last 3-4 hours. They're looking for something that can keep their mind on it for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and that's like almost the max.
That's racy, yeah. That's why we only had the high limit there, because we knew we had the high limit there. We could do a fan fest for 30 minutes while we're reworking the track and have the best track ever, And it was 107 that week, and the wind was blowing.
Yeah.
It was funny. Everybody set up for hard and slick, and they were all wrong because the track stayed heavy. The track stayed heavy though all 3 nights.
Yeah. There's a track here in Iowa down towards Knoxville in Boone. And they got the Boone Nationals they run, and they have like 700 or 800 cars there for the week. And we went down there one time. We were there for 2 hours. We watched 20 heat races, I think. They're like 8-lap heat races. Every 10 heat races, they'd rework the track in like 10 minutes. they'd run around it with the fingers and water it and pack it, and they'd have it ready for the next set. And if you're going to have that many cars or something like that, that's how you have to run it. And you sound like you're doing the same thing, just not quite as many cars.
Yeah, that's right. Boone's like a big IMCA race, right?
Yep. That's big IMCA national race.
Yeah.
And it's I've never gone for the whole thing. We were just down that way one time. We went there one night for 2 hours. I think we went in there, seen basically a whole night's show in laps or more than what you'd see on a regular track at night.
Yep.
But it was kind of impressive and fun to watch. But just wanted to say, earlier you mentioned Ron Schumann that you'd worked with or whatever. We just had his boy Casey on here like 3 weeks ago or something, I think.
Oh yeah, Casey has a track down in Texas, right?
Yep. Lucas Oil, he's running down.
Yeah. I've talked to him and his wife. Real nice people. I haven't met them yet, but believe it or not, every 6 months out here in Manzanita, they have a sprint car get together.
Yeah.
And it's, oh my God, I'm 65 and I was the youngest guy there by 10 years. You know?
Those are the stories right there when them boys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But Ron Schumann was there. Yeah. I got to talk to him and Leland McSpadden, at the High Limit came up and sat with me during the main event on Saturday night, you know, and it's so strange because when I was, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, these guys were gods, right?
Oh yeah.
And now he's sitting there with me and thanking me for building a nice racetrack. It's just kind of, it's crazy. It's cool. It's cool, you know.
So, them old retired guys, them have been some of our funnest shows.
Yeah, we call them legends.
Yep. We
So-
love to get the old legends on and talk to them.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about being nice for sponsors or
anything
nothing.
anymore.
They're just telling you how it was.
Yeah.
Them were fun.
Running with no floor plate or
Yeah.
the frame was cracked and we still, you know, ran. And
One guy sat on the rear tire to hide the frame being cracked and bent. And couldn't get DQ'd. And
Yeah,
crazy
man.
stuff. But we're not going to keep you all night, so we'll hit you up with these rapid fire questions. And if there's anything else, let us know. But what's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Pistachio almond, 31 flavors.
There you go.
All 31 flavors. What was it? Wade Unger.
The next
The
one.
next one. That was his favorite flavor, the next one. So, you a cat or a dog person?
Dog person.
Okay. Do you have any hobbies outside of racing?
Wow, I don't.
Don't have time.
Work. My whole hobby, my whole life has been work. That's gross, isn't it?
Yeah, but look what you're getting to do now.
Yeah,
Means
absolutely.
you worked your whole life.
You know, I do have a new hobby. I got 4 wonderful grandkids, and if any minute I can spend with them, that's where I'm at.
There you go.
Them
That's
grandkids.
awesome.
I got 2. So,
There you go. Yeah, they changed the world, man.
yeah.
Yep.
We already mentioned this, or we talked about it earlier already, but how about a favorite movie?
You know, for years and years, for 30 years, it was Top Gun, but I love the Brian Clausen Chasing 200. What a great film.
Yep. Do you prefer snow or rain?
What's snow? Yeah, I'm a rain guy because we don't know what snow is out here in Phoenix, Arizona. Come on, guys.
Yep.
Well, we don't know what it is right now. Hopefully we don't find out the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
If you were going to be stranded on an island, what album or what type of music would you have to have along to listen to?
I would have to have from high school, Peter Frampton Comes Alive.
There
Yep,
you go.
That would work.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite place to go out to eat?
Here in Phoenix, it's called Popo's Mexican Food.
Popo's Mexican.
There you go.
Remember that,
Yeah.
bud. You're going there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat Mexican.
I'd give it a shot.
we got great Mexican there. I've been all over the country, all over the world. Arizona's Mexican food, for some reason, is just phenomenal compared to the rest of the world. I mean, I go to Indiana, you don't get Mexican food in Indiana,
No.
you know, but you get a hell of what's that big old piece of chunk of something they put on a bun? Tenderloin or something?
Oh, a pork tenderloin.
Oh my God, those are to die for.
And
Yeah.
and you need like 3 buns to cover it usually.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly.
There was a gentleman I started following on Facebook. He was called the Iowa Gallivant. He called himself, and he went to all 99 counties in Iowa and ate a pork. Found out where the best pork tenderloin was and went and ate it.
Jeez.
And
Wow,
some of them
nice.
things, he'd hold them up, you couldn't even see his head. You know. So I might know the answer to this one, being you got grandkids. But how about a favorite holiday?
It's got to be Christmas for
Yep.
me. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
With them grandkids
Yep.
now, then they get the presents. It's just way more
Yeah.
excitement.
See them light up, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. We normally ask this one because, you know, we're talking with sprint car drivers or racers, but how many speeding tickets do you have?
Shit, I just got one this week. Yeah, man. I average one every 2 years.
Ooh.
Oh, that ain't so bad.
No, but I ain't a race car driver either.
No, that is true.
You'd be surprised how many race car drivers say on the road they drive like a grandma.
Yep.
They're like wives get mad at them because they drive so slow on the highway. So
And then we've had,
I could see that actually. Yeah.
and then we've had some of them said, well, they could cover their garage wall with tickets over the years. So
Yeah.
you know, it goes both ways.
R.J. Johnson, who drives my CRA, car, he rode to me to Paris one time. Paris over in California, Paris
Yep.
Raceway,
Yep.
and he was scared to death the whole time. I said, "Come on, man, you're a sprint car driver." He goes, "Yeah, but you're crazy." He goes, "Yeah, but you're crazy." Okay.
that leads to maybe
Yeah,
this
this next
question
one
right
could
here.
be fun. So in regards to your speeding issues, what's the fastest you've ever driven on the highway or even ridden with somebody on the highway? What's your top speed?
I had the Escalade I drive got a vet motor in it, and I had it at 126 heading down to Mexico about a month ago.
Okay, well, that's up there. It's by a long
Yeah.
ways from our records yet, but
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
we've had 3 guys, I think, over 200.
Yeah. Sammy and a
Oh,
boss dog.
If
And
if I had a car that go that fast, I bet I'd do it.
Well, then our last question will be good yet,
Yeah.
too.
What's your favorite drink or go-to beverage?
Double Crown and a splash of Diet.
There you go.
Diet
Yeah.
ruins it there for me. But was a Diet Coke guy. I drink them straight up, so.
The only reason I put the splash of Diet in it so they don't think I'm drinking straight whiskey.
There you go.
So, this next question, then we'll see how this goes. You just won the Powerball, is what we tell everybody. You got money falling out of your ears. You don't know what to do with it all. Is there a boat, a car, an old car, something you've always wanted you just didn't want to spend the money on because it didn't seem to have a purpose? But
Absolutely, a jet so I can get more races.
perfect.
There you go.
Stop and pick us up
Yep.
when you go by.
Oh, well, Jerry, this has been a blast for us. And, we really appreciate your time. So glad that Toba found you down there in Vegas, or accidentally found
Yep.
you, I guess. And this has just been an absolute blast for us.
Well, I appreciate you guys and for getting the word out there, and that's what we got to do. We got to let people know about this stuff and keep them interested. And you guys were a lot of fun as well, and I hope I get to do another one someday.
Oh, we will
All
see what
right.
we can do. And I know my wife and my brother are both watching, so I'm just warning them now. We got options at the end of May, folks. We got places we got to be.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. You have a safe trip.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yep,
You
take
See
got
ya.
it. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye-bye.